Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Stephen and that's
Spencer.
And on the channel we do walk around videos and we also do car reviews as well. If you'd like to go back through and see what car reviews we've already uploaded, there'll be a wee link up here to our car review playlist. And today's car is a Golf Clubsport, one of our firm favourites here. It's definitely the Golf to have if you are interested in future values, rarity, but also from a driving point of view. These things are outstanding to drive in. They've got some real cool bits as well, which we'll go through over the course of the video. Spencer, what would you say your favourite feature on a Golf Clubsport is?
I like the gear change in it.
You've mentioned that. You think it's different from a standard one?
And the clutch pedal's heavier as well.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about Volkswagen is the springy.
The springiness.
Yep.
Yeah, this definitely feels a bit more mechanical and a bit more purposeful.
And I like the rear spoiler as well.
Well, I was going to say I love the aero on it because it is actual, real aero. It's not just for show. Because I will let my inner geek roam free here. They put a stiffer rear anti-roll bar to make the front end turn in better. And if you put a stiffer anti-roll bar on one end, it makes it looser. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Looser, yeah.
Looser,
so to counteract that, they had to give it some real downforce to keep the car stable at high speed. So you get an awesome turning, but also you get an awesome spoiler on the back. And then to counteract that, they had to ditch the lights in the inside of the front hockey stick and make this air intakes rather than extra lights. And it's also a numbered model as well, so you've got a wee plaque. All these cool things. How many of these was there? About 2,000?
Yeah.
And 500 of the S?
Yes.
And now that we mentioned the Golf Clubsport S, they are now unbelievably expensive, which has done these cars no harm. So you can either look at these as a bargain, or you can look at the Clubsport S as just wildly overpriced. I've had the pleasure of driving a Clubsport S and it is an absolute weapon of a thing. Does this drive like 10 or 15,000 pounds less?
No.
It definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't. So before we get started with the walk-around video of the overall condition, I would just like to mention that this video is sponsored by WeWon'tBuyAnyCar.com. It's our own in-house car buying service. And if you have a sports or prestige vehicle with under 60,000 miles and under 6 years old, we always make an exception for limited run models. We'd love to hear from you, and you can start your evaluation today by clicking the link just up the top here. So without further ado, if you could bring the camera a little bit closer, Spencer, we'll start off at the front. So one of the main reasons why we are pretty thorough, or as thorough as we are with these videos, is we've got customers travel from all over the place, and if a little stone chip or a mark's going to put you off, you're better off finding out at this stage rather than travelling out to see a defect. Essentially, that's what it is. We sell used cars here at James Glen. We try to make them as perfect as possible. We do all the machine polish and everything else. Check them over thoroughly. Tyres get replaced with branded tyres, all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do with stone chips, road rash, all that sort of thing.
Use of a car.
What's that?
Just use of a car.
That's it, exactly. You know, all the cars in here have got a previous life, so we're as well sharing any of these things with you at this stage, rather than further down the line. So, stone chips, do we have any? There is a couple of small chips just on the bonnet here. Mark 7s and Mark 7.5s are notoriously bad for stone chips because of the style of the bonnet. So we've got a couple just here and here, and this side is pretty much stone free. It's more like blemishes than actual stone chips. Moving down to the front bumper, the bumper's pretty clean, I have to say. Light lenses, now these can be quite bad for solar fractures. It's the only way I can describe it, when they can start to go opaque. But these are really clean, and I love the way the red streak carries on into the headlight. This isn't Clubsport specific.
GTI specific.
That's just GTI specific, and that's why these look better than a Golf R.
Yeah, because they get the stupid silver a wee bit.
But we're not going to start the Golf R. Don't want to wake the beast.
They're good cars. But
they are good cars, but GTI is just cooler. Yep. Moving on to this side again, light lens, nice and clean, bumper and everything's all spotless, I have to say, and all the black detail and everything's all still nice and bright. Wee bit of road rash right down at the very bottom, but again, guys, I mean, this is like inches off of the deck. Yep. Looking down the length of the passenger side, there is no parking dents, scratches or scrapes, front passenger wheel, free from any damage. It's on a matching set of Pirelli P0 tyres. These fronts feel like they're literally brand new. Disc face nice and clean, and also the caliper Nice and bright red as well, it's not faded.
And the wheels from the owner we bought it from were never ran on the car in his ownership.
Oh, were they not?
So he had a set of 18-inch Pretorius, Pretz, what we call them, that he put on it.
18-inch Pretorius?
Yes, just to keep these good.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, because they are like, and I would hazard, I'm going to, so you can tell if a car is, if a wheel is still in the original cut, because you get these little honing lines, and they're still present. Tiny little nick there just in the lacquer, but no damage around the outer rim, and it looks like we put new discs and pads on this in the back. Because they're spanking new. Painted roof,
Yep.
not wrapped, and that is a factory option. It looks really cool, especially when it ties in with the gloss black edge of the little spoiler there on the boot.
Makes the spoiler stand out more because it goes underneath it.
It does, yep. Real aero, just in case I hadn't mentioned that. Some protection glass in the back's option.
Yep.
On the inside, we've got the Titan fabric on the standard Golf GTI seat. We've got another Clubsport, a 5-door, which has that seat in leather. Really nice car, 22,000 miles, but for me, a kind of sporty air version of the already sporty car should have a cloth seat in it because it holds you in better. Plus you've got this nice honeycomb embroidery in the centre, in the Alcantara around the outside, which ties in with the Alcantara steering wheel. And you've got your red stitch, goes with the red stitch on the steering wheel as well. And how cool is the gear knob?
I know.
That is like literally right out of a Mark 1 Golf.
One of the best bits.
It is. Factory carpet mats, again, red binding, little GTI tag on there as well. That is just all the little details make it such a, even this Alcantara as well.
The red stitch as well.
Red stitching. Fake carbon though, that's lost the point for that.
Like carbon,
It does.
It's like the honeycomb in the seats.
Okay. It's not bad. So this back to the spoiler, this actually runs down the full, so it's not just a top piece. This actually follows the full glass, both sides. Expensive to get second hand as well, so the likelihood of you seeing one of these as a fake is pretty slim. Split folding rear seats. Boot carpet, all nice and free from any stains. Space saver wheel, wow.
There you go.
I thought that would have been ditched for weight saving. What else have we got? The correct amount of exhausts.
Yep, and one on each side.
And the right size.
Yeah.
It is perfection. So looking down the length of the driver's side, again, there's not a mark or a dent anywhere on this car. I had a wee wander around earlier on. Wheels both side on front and back are free from any damage marks. Tiny little bit of white worm just under there, Spencer, but you know, you look at the barrels. You can tell they've been off the car. Lovingly cleaned more than once, I would imagine. Looking down the length of the driver's side from the front, again, spotless. Wheel free from any marks at all. So discs in the back new, discs in the front very recent, all new, fairly new tyres. We didn't fit them, but certainly look like they've covered very little miles. Moving on to the inside. If you have a look at the very outer edge of that bolster, the pointiest bit here, there isn't even a mark on it.
Yeah, anyone who knows golf knows how common that is.
And the thing is, you can be dead careful, and it's so easy to catch a belt. But you know, one of the buttons on your Alcantara steering wheel, we didn't even need to clean this.
Yep.
It came in like this. Grab handle all perfectly clean, no marks from jewellery. Powerful mirrors heated as well.
Edition 40 plaque.
Number 8669?
68.
68, I was close.
Yep. Which is weird because they never called these edition 40s. We called it Clubsport.
Yeah, I know, because we had that discussion when it came in. I said, that's an edition 40. No, it's not. And I opened the door and pointed at the red bit that says edition 40. Clubsport sounds cooler though.
Oh, yeah.
See if I've got this cold coming next.
I'm great now, I'm fantastic.
Yeah, you're out the other end of it. So current mileage is 39,264. Now it's probably a good point in the video to mention it has a full and complete VW service history.
Yep.
5 or 6 services.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
It will be more than that. It's every year.
It's about 9 now.
9, yeah. And one of the previous owners has seen it on YouTube and said that that was an extremely well cared for car, and the guy that we bought it from also cleaned all the underside and lanagarded it. So guys, if you want to see the underside of it, we've got pictures and you can drop us a wee email and then we can send them over to you.
And it's clear stuff.
It's not the black goopy stuff, yeah, because that's hopeless. Yep. So let's give it a little start. So obviously it's not going to sound like, you know, a straight six or anything wild.
You can make them sound relatively good.
Yeah, if you put, so the Clubsport S had race.
Yeah.
And so does a Golf R, but the GTI, the sportiest mode is just sport.
But indication of DCC as you get individual on these.
In fact, yeah, sorry guys, that's well remembered, Spencer. This also has dynamic chassis control. So I really want to go with this because these are brilliant just with the passive damper on them.
We'll get you out it.
I know, the thing is, it's all clean now. The guys have got enough to do without me having a jolly about.
Dirty again.
Yep. What's that?
Making it dirty again.
Yeah, I know. Right, ready for a little rev?
Yep.
Actually sounds better than expected.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, and it's obviously cold, guys, so we don't want to be revving the knackers off it. I've just seen how much fuel's in this.
I'm surprised I never noticed that when it came
It has got 3/4 of a tank of fuel in it. No, to be fair,
it is nice weather though.
I know, but I passed 2 gritters on the road this morning.
It's not sealed.
I know. Well, too many cars and not enough weekends. That's the thing. And well, to be fair, every time I say I'm going to use something for the weekend, it sells.
Yeah,
it does. So this is, what's it called? It's the EA Treble 8 2 litres. It's in loads of cars. It's in loads of cars. In this application, 265 horsepower with a 30 horsepower overboost for 10 seconds. So you've basically got Clubsport S power for 10 seconds at a time. Yeah. And let's be honest, how often do you have your foot to the floor for any more than 10 seconds?
No, these are more than quick enough for that power.
Yeah, and you can feel that overboost, especially in the higher gears. Completely stock. Look at even the turbo housing. It is, I hate to use this word, but it is immaculate. It is absolutely immaculate. And there is no way that these are ever coming back down in price.
No.
It just isn't. That Clubsport S that we sold for 40 grand last year, that's now probably not on for a £50,000 car. So people that wanted one of those either don't want to pay the money for them or can't afford them. So this is the next best thing.
That's it. And the gentleman got the GT4 off Liam. We were talking about these the other day. He prefers these to Clubsport S.
Is that right?
Yeah. He says for something you're going to use, it's got the sound deadening, you got the back seat.
That's true.
He says plus these have always just stayed pretty much steady price wise. They've not dipped or come up.
Yeah, for now. So far. And it's oryx white. We've got all this way through the video before mentioning the colour. So oryx white, bit of geekery here. The Golf GTI Clubsport S that set the Nürburgring lap record for the front wheel drive car for quite a short period of time, because I think the Megane knocked it off of the FK8 Honda Civic. But the FK8 get caught at running more boost than standard. Anyway, the car that set the lap record was an oryx white Clubsport S, and there only was one. So this is literally the next best thing. Yeah. And all that aside, it's a lovely, lovely colour. If you look at the other Clubsport S over in the corner there, that's just pure white, which is very clinical. This is a bit more interesting.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
It gives it something, it stands out. You would think it'd been pearl, but you're drawn to that versus the standard one. Yeah,
when it drove in, I was like, ooh. Didn't realise that it was pearl. So there we are, guys. If you are looking for a hot hatch that is not a Ford, but it's going to keep its value, then I would think that this is very, very possibly the next best thing, a Focus RS, because they have held the money for a long, long time, and Clubsport Golfs are definitely following suit. If we can help in any way, please feel free to get in touch. There'll be a link to the website in the description below. Or if you just want to have the crack and get a wee chat with us, we're always in the comments, and we would love to hear from you. As you're looking at a Golf GTI on YouTube, I will put a link to another mega hot hatch that I reviewed last year just up here. And please do consider subscribing, that way you'll not miss any more stock updates. And you can do it by clicking the James Glen logo down here. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next video.